Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about thyroid issues and nutrients that you should be focusing on for your thyroid and carbs for thyroid. There are so many women that have thyroid issues or are struggling with hormones in their body, and they're thinking, I need to cut out carbs, I need to do no carbs, da da da. And I'm like, ooh, that's so hard on your body and your system long term. So I'm going to be going through some information that's really going to help your thyroid, help it stoke the fire that is your metabolism and help keep everything going. So if you guys have questions as I go through this, don't hesitate to put them in the comments, because this is something that a lot of gals struggle with. And there can be some generic, we'll say not helpful information out there where you're like, how is that going to work for me? Yeah, right? And every body is different, and women and thyroid issues are so rampant now. So it can be a tough thing to struggle with. I do have a 12-week program where I work with women more one-on-one in a nutrition program that takes you through protein pacing, eating for your hormones, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, all these things to really help your body function better, focused on whole foods to help you get a great result and a result that lasts. Yes. So when we talk about thyroid, one of the things to kind of understand is that I actually had thyroid issues myself for about 6 years. So it's a little bit of story on myself and thyroid. I never had thyroid issues before in my life. I had my first kid when I was 25. And after that, I had thyroid issues. My thyroid went hyper, then hypo, and then, I had to be on thyroid medication because I was nursing and all these other things. So they had me on medication, and then I was like, okay, good. I can go off it now. I'm done nursing. Let's try and get my body back and get healthy again after baby, right? And then I got pregnant again. So they were like, yeah, you don't get to go off of it. You get to stay on it. And I was like, okay. So after that, had another kid, nursed, blah, 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 right? Then again, I was like, oh, good, here we go. I have a boy, I have a girl. I'm going to not be on the medication anymore. I got pregnant again. Fertile Myrtle over here. Anyway, so I spent 6 years on thyroid medication. Between my 3 kids and nursing and everything else and being pregnant, I had to be on the medication for that long. But I was able to, after I was totally done, and hubby, snip, snip, so we're done, our family is complete, as I'll say, I was able to use nutrition, I was able to use herbs, I was able to really focus on getting my thyroid back. My endocrinologist told me, he was like, there's like no way. He's like, your thyroid's been burned out through all these babies, and you've been on medication too long that your body's not going to bring it back. And I was like, no, I want to see what it can do. So I used totally natural methods. And then of course comes along with that though, that women struggle with, is the weight gain, and the fatigue and everything else that comes along with having thyroid issues. Why? Because your thyroid is in charge of your metabolism. Your thyroid plays a huge role in how well things are burned through your body. So a lot of times people struggle and they're like, ugh, I just need to cut this or that, or cut these calories, blah, blah, blah. That could not be further from the truth. If you're following something that's restrictive for thyroid, that leads your body into more of a depletion, and then your system is going to see that as a stressor, which means it's going to hold on to every single calorie that you consume. You eat a salad, it's going to hold on to it. It's going to hold on to that energy and store it in fat cells and keep it snug and warm forever. Yeah, because thyroid, right? So how do we get our metabolism going? A couple of different things to focus on here, and that is getting complete nutrients in, foods that contain protein, fat, and carb. So a quick example of something like this would be peanut butter toast, right? As like a piece of peanut butter toast, you're going to have protein and fat in the peanut butter, and then the carb would be the bread. There you go. Simple way of looking at it. You could add, I use a good healthy dosage of the peanut butter, right? You can add more protein on top of that. My favorite thing to do actually is I mix chocolate protein with the peanut butter. So then it's chocolate peanut butter, and it's super high in protein, and I put that on the toast. So why is it important that you're getting these complete nutrients? And why is it important that you're eating more frequently to help with your thyroid? Because you want to stoke the fire that is your metabolism. For those of you, so I grew up on a small goat farm, And, you know, kids messing around on farms and stuff, like sometimes you light things on fire. I'm not a pyro. I'm just not. I will say, but for those of you that have ever like, ooh, let's start a bonfire, right? Yeah, sweet. How do you start a really good fire? You set it up correctly, and then to get a big fire, you have to feed that fire evenly and consistently. If you dump on a ton of wood at one time, it smooshes the fire. If you don't give it enough, if you get like these little sticks, it's not going to get enough fuel to really get it going. So you have to feed that fire evenly and consistently, the right amount of fuel, and then you'll get this huge fire pretty quick. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I've heard, not that I've done it. I've just heard. Anyway, your metabolism is the same way, and you can do that with your nutrients here. So carb, protein, fat, you want to feed it evenly and consistently, and you're looking at how fast your body burns through these nutrients. Now, this is going to be a little bit different for every person, every body, right? But overall, your body's going to burn through carbs in about up to 1 hour. You know, sugars, really, carbs are, you know, you can look at really quick carbs like sugars or honey or something like that. Boom, pretty quick. Fructose, apples, bananas, pears, berries, stuff like that, pretty quick it'll go through. Stuff like more of a complex carb, quinoa, potatoes, rice, you know, bread, those things, it's going to take a little bit longer. Oats, right? That'll take a little bit longer, anywhere up to about an hour. Protein, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. Your body will burn through it. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to process through protein. Fats, you're going to get anywhere from up to 4 hours. Now, this is an average metabolism. If you have a higher metabolism, your body will go through things faster than this. Fast metabolism, you go through it faster than this. So it might be only 3 hours that you go through healthy fats. If you have a slower metabolism, it might be a little slower, but you can work on increasing your metabolism by making sure you're eating you want to get the sweet spot here, every 2 to 3 hours. This is a natural way, using just your food and timing, to help increase your metabolism, even if you're having thyroid issues. It's so simple, right? And you're stoking that fire and you're getting it burning and working for you instead of fighting against it. So making sure you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, you're getting protein, fat, and carb in your meals is going to stoke that fire that's in metabolism. And even if you're having thyroid issues, it's going to start working for you. You're going to get so much more energy. It's going to feel so much better, especially if you've been used to being on a restrictive plan or program where you're depleting everything. Right? I talk to women all the time, and they just get so frustrated with feeling like garbage that you can't move forward. So if this is something that you really want to work on, if this is something you really want to take it up a notch with, the next step beyond this would be to work on carb cycling. So I'm going to talk more about carb cycling in a different video and detail that out and how that's connected with your thyroid too, because that's another layer, another step that's going to add into everything and work for you so you're not stuck and frustrated. But if you are having thyroid issues or have had thyroid issues or wondering, you know what, I feel like I have a sluggish thyroid. The numbers are sort of near normal, but I get all these weird symptoms with it. I'm not sure what to do. Then using your nutrition, you can really make big strides. And I work with women all the time. That's why I have this 12-week program. If you have been stuck and you're like, I'm not sure where to take a step, I'm going to put a link below this video where you can schedule a call and we can chat about what that would look like, how that would fit for you, and then whether or not it would be the right option for you moving forward. But I love working with women more one-on-one to be able to tailor nutrition to fit the needs that you have. Every body is different. What you've been through is different. So it's really important that you're getting these special tweaks that are matching what you need. That's going to get you the right results so much faster. So you're not just sitting there spinning your wheels. That another, 3 months from now, you're not like, oh crap, I'm still dealing with the same thing and I'm still frustrated. And now another 3 months have just gone by and I haven't made any progress. That's where jumping into something like a 12-week program is going to get you that different result. So I'll put the link below. You guys can click on it and schedule a chat with me because I love educating women. I'm so passionate about it because it gets women in such a different result. But something like this, Again, it seems really simple, but really focusing on this throughout the day will get you a new result for your metabolism and help a ton with thyroid. And again, I love it because you get to eat food. All right, next time I'm going to be talking about carb cycling and thyroid and focus on that and really dive into how the carbs really play off of these hormones so that your thyroid is functioning correctly. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Again, you can comment below or you can message me privately if you're not comfortable commenting. Other than that, I will chat with you soon.